set, because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
And boom, we are live. How is everyone doing on this Movie Monday? It's not a fun day. It's movie. Well, it is a fun day. It's Movie Monday. How is everyone doing, guys? Oh, we got a good one for you today. We are deep diving into another Universal monster movie, guys. We are deep diving into Dracula. That's right, Bela Lugosi. If you guys don't know much about this movie, this is the old school Dracula. This is the OG. It started off as a play starring Bela Lugosi. Universal, they wanted to dip their toes into the monster movies. They had already done The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then they did Phantom of the Opera. And so they wanted to go a different route. They saw the money that could be made, and they ended up going with Bela Lugosi and Dracula. We're going to get into a whole deep dive about that, guys. We are also making a Dracula dessert, guys. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's right. You love sinful chocolate. Oh, wait till you see this dessert that we are making, guys. Oh, man, it's going to make Bela Lugosi himself be jealous, I guess is the right word I'm looking for. You've tuned in to the It's 420 Somewhere podcast, guys. This is where we get crazy. This is where we count down Monday through Friday to 420. Oh, I hate this fucking phone. I'm getting ready to throw this phone out the fucking window. Excuse my language. It just won't stop. All right, guys. Oh, man. So we are getting into Bela Lugosi. We're going to make a vampire dessert. And we also are going to, our girl, Aurora Hayes is back, guys. And we're covering the top 5 favorite Universal monsters for stoners, guys. I know we think a little different. We're just not like everyone else, guys. We think a little bit different as far as what we like, what we don't like. And what we like is certain monsters, guys. The green ones. We love them green. Hey, Supernova, how's it going? Oh, man, we got a bunch of people up in here, guys. It's going to be a good show. We're deep diving on the movie Dracula. We're going to make desserts. We're going to cover all the stuff, guys. But I want a strawberry-infused cake for my birthday. I think we know Chef Bud Smoke. I think he can hook us up with one of those, guys. I think so. Big birthday. Let's give a shout out on the 14th, guys. Coming soon. Harley's birthday, guys. Get on over there and check out the giveaway, guys. It's going to be cool. Dual signed, I believe. At what time did you say that was, Harley? I want to say 8 p.m. Eastern. I could be wrong, though. I'm not good with numbers, apparently. Apparently, guys. All right. What I'm getting into before we get into all this monster madness goodness for October. Hey, Russ, how's the job going, buddy? How's everything going? That smoker is fire, man. He just picked himself up a new smoker. That thing freaking woo, doing some good stuff from what I've seen over there. What I'm getting into today, guys, is a dead president. That's right. We are getting into Mr. George Washington. This is called George. Just simply George, guys. We know when George would go out and work the fields, he'd come back and Martha would have a big bowl waiting for him to toke up. And then they would go out and watch aliens and shit, guys. That's right. You want to be with George on that plane. I got some bass going on outside, guys. Bass in my face. So George. This is coming in at 35%, guys, and $20 from 60 down at the Healing Center. I don't know how much they got left, guys, but get on down there. I bought in 3 ounces. Bought 3 ounces of this stuff because it's such a good deal. All right, let's get into. Let's see what we're. Ooh, yeah. Ah, citrusy. Very, very citrusy, guys. We got big old nug here. Nug for your bug. Look at that, guys. This is a $60 eighth. They got marked down to 20. I would jump all over. Ah, it smells so good. So good for you, baby. And I got some fire. I'm bringing the fire, guys, the fire diamonds. I'm bringing that. I sprinkle that on top. That's what I'm getting into for my 420. This is going to kick you in the butt. This is going to give you a little get you up and go do something, guys. So there's 2 new dispensaries in Kingman. Holy smokes. All right. Got to check those out. You got a point there. So check that out, guys. Dead Presidents, man. You're going to want that. You're going to want it good. This is good weed. Jump all over that, guys. So blow up those comments. What are you guys getting into? We got about a minute before 420, a minute before we jump into Movie Monday, before the 420 podcast goes crazy. Where's my drink? Here it is. All right, guys, whatever you're doing, take that deep breath of positivity. Exhale that negativity, guys. The week's just starting. Let's do it right. Let's blow it up, and let's do the first 420 the way the Dank Nation can do it. 420! And boom, how was your 420, guys? Woo, I'm making smoked green chili, shredded pork burritos for 420. Nice, nice. Woo, man. Russ knows how to get down with those cha-cha-cha-cha, that food stuff, man. Woo! It's 420 till 4:30. It's 420 somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, guys. It's got to be 420 somewhere. That's why we named it the name of the show. Oh, man. You guys are awesome. Oh, man. All right, guys. We're going to get into this first little bit from our girl, Aurora Hayes, guys. These are the top 5 favorite Universal monsters for stoners, guys. This is a good list. Let's check it out. What's up, Aurora Hayes?
In the 1940s when the jazz was fine, we had our mind set on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes we danced through the haze, imagined adventures that would forever amaze. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days, spark those cannabis dreams in a magical ways. With every puff our spirits would rise to limitless heights under star skies. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days.
Cosmic stargazers and cannabis connoisseurs, this is your galactic guide, Aurora Hayes, from thedailydank.com. Today, we're embarking on a stellar journey, exploring the fascinating universe of our top 5 favorite Universal monsters for stoners. We're doing this adventure in partnership with our galaxy's greatest, the Healing Center of Needles, located at the cosmic coordinates of 1400 Needles Highway. Buckle up, space travelers, as we set off on a journey through the cosmos of cannabis and cinema. Today, we're diving into the eerie world of Universal monsters, and why we, the enlightened stoner community, love them. Let's kick it off with a countdown, starting with number 5. Ever hear of the Swamp Thing? This mossy monstrosity hails from the murkiest depths, and what's not to love about a creature that's basically one with nature? Its chill, go-with-the-flow vibe is a hit with us. Stay tuned. The journey through the monster universe has only just begun. Before we unveil the next monster, I'd like to give a shout-out to the wizards at the Healing Center of Needles, located at 1400 Needles Highway. These folks truly understand the magic of the cannabis plant. Their establishment is a haven for those in the know, offering a vast selection of strains to match any mood or occasion. It's a place where community thrives, and the love for the leaf is palpable. Now, let's return to our countdown of the top 5 universal monsters. Hold on to your seats, folks, as we delve deeper into the universe of monsters. I'm Aurora Hayes, and I'm here to guide you through the dark and delightful corners of our countdown. In the 4th spot, we've got the Mellow Mummy, wrapped up in layers of history and mystery. Imagine yourself unwinding those ancient bandages, revealing secrets that have been hidden for millennia. Stoners, wouldn't you just love to spark up a conversation with this silent storyteller? Moving on to number 3, it's the classic Frankenstein's creature. A misunderstood being stitched together from different parts, much like a patchwork quilt. Or, if you prefer, a potent hybrid strain of your favorite cannabis. It's all about perspective, isn't it? And swooping into the 2nd spot, we've got the suave and sophisticated Dracula. This timeless creature of the night is all about indulging in the finer things in life. Think of it as the embodiment of a full-bodied indica strain, with a side of elegant intrigue. Before we move on, let's take a moment to appreciate our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. Nestled at 1400 Needles Highway, it's your go-to place for all things cannabis, where the atmosphere is as welcoming as our list of monsters is thrilling. Prepare for the grand finale. The top monster is about to be revealed. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The number 1 universal monster that resonates with the stoner community is none other than the classic, the one and only, the Bride of Frankenstein's monster. With her laid-back demeanor and misunderstood persona, she is a creature we can all vibe with. Just like a good strain, she is complex and multi-layered. She's not just a monster, she's a symbol of our collective longing for understanding and acceptance. Now, before we wrap things up, let's not forget about our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. They've got the best selection of green goodies on the 1400 Needles Highway. So next time you're in the mood for a little monster marathon, make sure to hit them up for your supplies. Thank you for joining me, Aurora Hayes, on this interstellar journey. Until next time, stay high, stay happy, and stay tuned to thedailydank.com, and don't forget to just keep smoking.
Oh, they cut her off. She was supposed to say, just keep smoking. Oh my God, they cut poor Aurora Hayes off, guys. They don't like that catchphrase. Disney's coming after us, guys. Oh, Supernova, do you know why the mummy has no girlfriend? He has a hollow weenie. Oh, 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 Nova Mike. I don't even know what to say. Don't even know what to say, Supernova Mike. Oh, man. All right, guys, let's get into this. Movie Monday. Do I have a Movie Monday clip? I used to. Let's see. Might have accidentally. Oh, I do. All right, guys. Movie Monday. We are getting into the classic. What's up, Marvin Martian? Yep, she said it. She did say it. It cut off before I heard it. Oh man, dude. Oh, here we go. Lonnie's getting into this now. Did you know Donald Duck sang Thunderstruck? All right, let's hear it, Lonnie. Let's hear it. I hate the lag. Now he's like, I gotta get the punchline in. Maybe there isn't a punchline. All right, let's go, guys. We're getting a Movie Monday. Ba, 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 ba. Always throws me off the time difference on some of you guys. Like Harley's talking about putting the kids to bed. It's 4:30. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. Who's going to bed? Oh, I guess on the East Coast, East Midwest Coast, whatever that is, they're going to bed. They're going to bed. Hey Eric, what's up, buddy? How you doing? All right, guys, let's get into this, man. One of my favorite movies from the Universal Monsters is Bela Lugosi, guys. We're doing a deep dive into Bela Lugosi. After this, we're going to talk about his haunted mirror that I've actually seen in real life. Yeah, we're going to get into a lot of stuff, guys. We're going to sink your teeth into a classic, guys. Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Welcome, fellow cinephiles and creatures of the night and dank nation, to a thrilling deep dive into the iconic 1931 horror film Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi. Whether you're a fan of the classic horror or just looking for a bloody good time, this video post is for you guys. That's right. Grab your garlic and your wooden stakes because we're about to sink our teeth into the fascinating world of Count Dracula and the film that immortalized him. That's right, guys. So this was the first really movie that brought Universal out. They were in financial trouble. They didn't know if they were going to make it. They had a lot of spaghetti westerns and that kind of stuff was their cup of tea. And then they decided to dip their feet into horror a little bit. And now they had already done The Hunchback of Notre Dame and what was the other one? Phantom of the Opera. Lynn Chaney, I think it was Lynn Chaney, was the actor that played both of those. And he was supposed to be Frankenstein as well. Or no, he wasn't. He had passed away. But he was the one who really set off the Universal Monsters, but they didn't make a ton of money. So this was their big push, and they wanted a different actor. They didn't want Bela Lugosi. They thought he was a play guy, which he was. He pushed. He even offered, and he did, cut his salary to the bare minimum. That saved the studio like $100,000 or something. We're going to get into all that right now, guys. We're going to get into this Bela Lugosi and Dracula. All right, guys. The birth of horror royalty. Released in 1931, Dracula was directed by Todd Browning and became an instant classic. Bela Lugosi's portrayal of Count Dracula cemented his status as one of the most iconic actors in horror cinema. Lugosi's suave and seductive take on the Tatala character set a standard for Dracula adaptations that is still revered today. The film's success catapulted Universal Pictures Studio into the realm of horror, paving the way for a slew of monster classics. Yeah, so this was really like, even though they had done Phantom of the Opera, Hunchback of Notre Dame, they done those. This was really their first one that they're pushing, that they're getting out. A talkie, if you will, as they say. Not talkies like the snack, like a talkie, like a movie you can hear. So Dracula is based on the Bram Stoker's 1897 novel of the same name. But the film takes a few liberties with the source material. Lugosi's Dracula is charismatic and enigmatic. Transylvania nobleman who relocates to London to spread his vampiric influence. The plot revolves around Dracula's pursuit of Mina Harker and her friend Lucy, as well as his clashes with Professor Abraham Van Helsing. So now, guys, if you've read the original Bram Stoker's Dracula, there's a huge difference. Dracula isn't this suave guy. He's a creature. And matter of fact, the movie Nosferatu that came out, that predated this, actually went to the estate of Bram Stoker, and they wanted to use the rights to the movie. They were denied. So they made their own and were sued. Were sued the shit out of. And back then, if a judge decided that you were in copyright infringement, he would destroy the whole damn movie. And that's what he did. They decided that Nosferatu was a ripoff of Dracula, and they destroyed every copy but one. And that's has hit the internet and has lived on in a notorious fashion. So that's the story of Nosferatu. So now that Universal saw this, and they wanted to go a different route, and with hiring Bela Lugosi, he kind of implemented how they wanted to get done. So which was in favor by the family as well. So this is a little different than the original Bram Stoker's novel. Bela Lugosi, the perfect Dracula. Bela Lugosi's performance as Count Dracula is nothing short of mesmerizing. His thick Hungarian accent and piercing gaze. Lugosi brought a magnetism to the character that has rarely been matched. He was the embodiment of suave, sophisticated evil. Lugosi's portrayal set the archetype for future vampires and established many of the classic vampire tropes, including the iconic cape, hypnotic stare, and aversion to sunlight. Yeah, none of these were in the original novel, guys, and he just kind of added to it. Interesting fact was they did not want Bela Lugosi originally as Dracula. I believe they wanted Lynn Chaney, if I believe I'm correctly, and he was having a lot of issues and he couldn't do it. They did everything to try to get rid of Bela Lugosi. He would write them once a month, once every other week, and be like, "I'm still available. I'm still available." He was the play. He did the play, which was a huge success, but they wanted it to be different. And so he ended up waiving his salary pretty much. He went the bare minimum, and they saved the studio a lot of money. So the studio kind of had no choice but to go with it. Now, while Bela Lugosi's Dracula steals the show, the supporting cast of the film is no less remarkable. Dwight Frye plays Renfield, Dracula's deranged servant, which you guys might remember they just made a movie called Renfield with Nicolas Cage, with a manic intensity that both chilling and darkly humorous. Edward Van Sloan is unforgettable as Professor Van Helsing, the vampire hunter determined to stop Dracula's reign of terror. The chemistry between these characters adds the depth of the film's eerie atmosphere. All right, guys, let's get a little behind the scenes. Dracula was made during a time when the horror genre was still finding its footing in cinema, despite a relatively small budget. Now, remember, guys, Universal was struggling at this point. They knew they had a hit, but they didn't have a ton of money to put into it. So Todd Browning and his team created hauntingly atmospheric film. The use of shadow and sound design in particular help establish the eerie mood that premeditates the movie. The production faced some technical challenges as well, such as the limitations of early sound recording technology, but these obstacles only added to the film's mystique. Yeah, you know, sometimes, man, when you're low budget and you're trying to do big budget stuff, you can come up with some great alternatives. You know, like the sound design. You know, they didn't have a lot of money, so they really used shadows on the sets. They used sound to enhance what you were already. Well, you're never late, Tim. What are you, pregnant? Oh, I don't know Mojave, never been there, but Brian has. I will never go out west. What's that? I missed some of that conversation. Anyway, Bela Lugosi. Yeah, so with the shadows and production design, they were able to give this like a real big budget movie feel coming in at a small budget because that's what Universal could afford at the time. Let me see here. Impact and legacy, guys. Dracula was a major success, brought in so much money, and really opened the door to Universal's success. I mean, not only in the monster world, but they ended up being Universal, using that money to keep going. So leading the studio's Monsters universe, that would include classics like Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman. Bela Lugosi's portrayal of Dracula remains one of the most iconic performances in film history. and really surprised. Even though he was the play guy, he really brought it in the movie, and I think surprised everybody. Um, he has influenced countless actors and directors in the decades since its release. Now, the cult following, guys. Over the years, Dracula has garnered a dedicated fan base and has been celebrated in various forms of media. The character Dracula has been portrayed by numerous actors, but Lugosi's version continues to be the gold standard. The film's influence can seen in countless vampire movies, TV shows, as well as gothic subculture that emerged in the latter of the 20th century. Yeah, let's talk about the goth kids, guys. Um, you know what? That's a whole nother thing. So, story time, guys. Story time. So when I was just a mere lad, I was just what is it, a knee high to a grasshopper. I was 19 years old, maybe 20. I've been 19, 20 on that cusp. And I met a young lady who I fell in love with, guys. Mina Nicole Morris. Just throw her fucking name out there. Fuck it. Mina Nicole Morris. The one that got away, maybe. There's a lot that got away. The one that got pushed away. She was obsessed with Bram Stoker's Dracula. Our first date, I went over to her house. I'm 19, so she's 19-ish. Went over to her house and we watched Bram Stoker, and her name was Mina. And the character's name is Mina. And I don't put these two together. And that's not your niece. Shut up. Shut up. That's not your niece. That would be weird. That would be really weird. And so she was like really into like the goth, the jet black hair and the piercings and the whole 9 yards. And we had some fun with Dracula. If it is your niece, that's all I'm gonna say, Mike. No. No, yeah, and that that whole culture, that gothic culture, man, went on, is still going on for years. People love Dracula. The influence of this film just goes on forever. Like, yeah, I mean, even to the point where young lady I was dating was loving Dracula. I think probably still does. I don't know. I didn't talk to her in 20 years, so probably longer. Yeah, definitely longer. All right. You had me messed up there for a minute there, Mr. Mike. All right, guys, let's get into this. The conclusion. In the world of classic horror cinema, Dracula with Bela Lugosi remains a timeless masterpiece. Its eerie atmosphere, iconic performances, and lasting influence makes it a must-see for horror aficionados and newcomers alike. So, whether you're a seasoned vampire enthusiast or just dripping your fangs into the genre, Dracula is the film to sink your teeth into. So grab some popcorn, dim some lights, and prepare to be entranced by the immortal Count Dracula. Guys, yeah, I definitely would recommend this movie, man, especially Halloween time. If you guys want to see how the OG Dracula is portrayed, definitely give this one a try, guys. Give this one a try. So there you have it, guys. That was our deep dive into the classic horror film Dracula with Bela Lugosi. Whether you're a fanatic or simply curious about the origins of vampire lore in cinema, this film is a must watch. So the sun sets and the moon rises. Why not take a bite out of cinematic history and experience the chills and thrills of Dracula, guys? All right, happy haunting, my fellow horror lovers. But that ain't all, guys. We got a lot more to cover. I was always in the Abbott and Costello meets Dracula and Frank. Yeah, hell yeah. That was classic. That was really good. All right, guys, we're not finished. We're not even finished by a sliver. We got 2 more segments to get into. We are going to make a Dracula, Bela Lugosi, Universal Monsters themed dessert. And then after that, I'm going to come back and we're going to talk Bela Lugosi's Haunted Mirror, which I've actually seen in real life, and I've stared into it, guys. We're going to get into all that right after this. We're going to hit up our buddy Chef Bud Smoke, and he's going to make our cannabis-infused Dracula-themed dessert, guys. All right, let's give it a whirl.
Good day, folks. Chef Bud Smoke here, your trusted guide to all things delightful and dank. You know, it was many moons ago when I had my first encounter with the culinary world. I was trying to whip up a basic spaghetti dish, and that's when the magic, or should I say, the mishap happened. I reached out for oregano, but guess what? I ended up using my favorite herb instead. And let me tell you, it was the tastiest mistake I ever made. From that day forward, I knew my cooking journey was going to be a little bit different, a little bit greener, and a whole lot more fun. Now, speaking of fun, today we're going to travel to the realm of the supernatural, where darkness meets dessert. Yes, you heard it right. We're going to cook up a storm with a Dracula-themed dessert. And that, my friends, was how I discovered my love for the green herb and cooking. Now let's sink our teeth into today's monstrous recipe. To create this Dracula's delight, you'll need the following things. Get ready to jot down this list. For starters, you'll need a generous scoop of your favorite dark chocolate ice cream. Next on the list is a pinch of freshly ground star anise to give it that hauntingly delicious aroma. Then we're adding a splash of crimson raspberry sauce for a dramatic touch. And of course, our secret ingredient, top quality cannabis-infused coconut oil, courtesy of our friends at the Healing Center of Needles. A little goes a long way, so use it sparingly. You'll also need a handful of crushed chocolate cookies for that extra crunch, and to top it all off, a sprinkle of edible silver glitter for that eerie moonlit effect. And that's your shopping list, courtesy of our friends at the Healing Center of Needles, your one-stop shop for all things cannabis. All right, folks, let's dive right into the making of this spooky delight. Now, the magic begins in the mixing bowl. We're going to start by creaming together our butter and sugar until it's nice and fluffy, just like the fur on a werewolf. Did you know that this process helps to aerate the mixture, giving our dessert a light and tender crumb? Now, while our mixture is blending, we're going to whisk together our dry ingredients. Don't forget to sift your flour, folks. It's like sieving out the ghosts from a haunted house. It helps to prevent lumps and makes your dessert as smooth as a vampire's charm. Now, it's time for our secret ingredient, straight from the Healing Center of Needles. This is not just any ingredient, this is a touch of cannabis-infused oil. It's going to add a delightful twist to our dessert, making it a treat you won't forget. All right, now we're going to combine our dry and wet ingredients, stirring gently as if you're trying not to wake the mummies from their eternal sleep. And then into the oven it goes, to bake until it's as golden as the moon on a clear Halloween night. And voila, your Dracula dessert is ready to spook your taste buds. Compliments of the Healing Center of Needles. Remember, a good dessert is like a good scare. It's all about the surprise that waits within. Well, there you have it, folks. A Dracula dessert to die for. We've mixed, we've baked, and we've created a monstrous masterpiece. A big thanks to all you wonderful viewers for joining me on this creepy culinary journey. Another shout out to our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles, for keeping the creative juices flowing. Remember, folks, cooking is an art, and every artist needs their muse. Mine happens to be green and fragrant. This is Chef Bud Smoke signing off. Stay high on life and stay hungry.
All right, guys. Nice. That looked delicious. Can't wait to get me some of that. All right, guys. Let's get into this last piece. Bela Lugosi's Haunted Mirror. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I've actually seen it firsthand. This is in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum up in Vegas. And now the history of the mirror is pretty basic, pretty interesting. The world of Hollywood legends and eerie tales, few stories have captivated as the one surrounding Bela Lugosi's haunted mirror. Known for his iconic portrayal as Count Dracula in the 1931 film Dracula, Bela Lugosi's life and career were filled with mystique and intrigue. At the center of the his anemic personality is the haunted mirror that has become the stuff of Hollywood legend. Before diving into the mirror eerie reputation, guys, it's essential to understand the man it's associated with, Bela Lugosi. He was born Bela Frednik Dezo Balacka in 1882. He was a Hungarian-American actor renowned for his performances in horror movies. His portrayal of Count Dracula in the 1931 film captivated him to stardom. Catapulted him to stardom. Sorry, I'll get it right. Forever linking him with the vampire character. All right, so that's at where he's at this stage of his career, guys. That's where he is at. See, there's the mirror. Okay, let's get into the mirror. The mirror's origins. The haunted mirror in question is said to have belonged to Bela Lugosi during his time as a Hollywood actor. It's rumored to have been a prop used in various films, but it's most famously associated with his portrayal of Dracula. According to legend, Lugosi was incredibly attached to the mirror, often gazing into it for hours, which led the mirror absorbing some of his energy. I could totally see that. Could totally see how one in the same, guys. All right. The mirror's mystical reputation. Over the years, the mirror has acquired a mystical reputation. It's said to have absorbed Lugosi's essence and the energy of his iconic performances, particularly his Dracula role. Some believe the mirror has supernatural powers, capable of bestowing eerie visions on paranormal encounters on those who gaze into it. Haunting encounters. Numerous individuals claim to have experienced eerie encounters when looking into the Bela Lugosi haunted mirror. Some have reported seeing strange reflection, ghostly images, or feeling a chilling presence in its vicinity. With these accounts remained anecdotal and unverified, they add to the mirror's mystique. So let's get into some theories about this mirror. There you go. As many haunted objects, there are various theories surrounding the mirror's supposed supernatural properties. Some believe Lugosi's intense connection to the mirror left an imprint of his energy, while others suggest the mirror acts as a portal to the spirit world, allowing Lugosi to linger into our realm. The mirror's legacy. Bela Lugosi's haunted mirror has become sought-after collector's item, and the topic of fascination and paranormal enthusiasts and Hollywood aficionados alike is that it appeared in documentaries, books, and various media, keeping the legend alive. It is currently at the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've actually sat. Or I didn't sit, I stood. I stared at it. I stared into it for a good 30, 40 seconds. I'm still here. I'm still here, but it does give off some kind of vibe. I'm not going to lie about it. I mean, but you're in a haunted museum. So, you know what I mean? Like, is it giving off a vibe, or is it the diabolic box, or is it fucking Charles Manson's teeth? Like, is it John Wayne Gacy's hair? What is it? Because all that stuff is there. So it's hard to say, hey, this is, giving off this vibe. But I did pick up some weirdness. I stared into it about 30 seconds, didn't see anything. There was a line, so you're not like totally focused in. Now that I know a little bit more about it, I would love to go back and do that thing and stare at it. All right, what else we got, guys? Conclusion. You're a believer in the supernatural or a skeptic. The tale about Bela Lugosi's haunted mirror adds an extra layer of intrigue to the life of the Hollywood icon. With the mirror's and supernatural reputation remains unproven, it is a testament to the enduring mystique and allure of Bela Lugosi and the world of classic horror cinema. As with many legends, the truth behind the haunted mirror may never fully be known. But one thing is certain: Bela Lugosi's legacy as an actor, as a figure in Hollywood, as the ultimate Dracula, will continue to capture imaginations of generations to come. So the next time you encounter a mirror with a mysterious aura, remember the tale that the mirror that may or may not be haunted by the spirit of the one and only Count Dracula himself. That's right, guys. The Bela Lugosi mirror. If you ever get to Vegas, you ever have an extra $60 in your pocket to spend, check out the Zach Baggins Haunted Museum, guys. Pretty good. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and that's honestly, I think that's from the museum, and that's how you can stare at the mirror. I thought that was a guy in it, but I think that's just a guy in the background. He's wearing a mask. But yeah, that's how close you can get to it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool deal there. Zach Baggins got a lot of crazy stuff. So guys, that's it. That was our deep dive. I'm not a big fan of any mirror. They're all creepy. Must have been during COVID. Oh man. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. We deep dove into, hey Nancy, how you doing? We deep dove into Bela Lugosi, into Dracula, into the Universal Monsters, guys. This week, what are we giving away this week? Shoot, I'm out of touch. I know we got something big going on. We got a lot of stuff this month, guys. We got the Elvira signed Funko Pop. It's hashtag Elvira. The Halloween sign, guys. Make sure you're blowing up hashtag Halloween. What's another one? Man, I can't believe I'm forgetting this. I'm too sober. Maniac Cop with the knife, guys. I got the autographed knife and this hashtag Maniac Cop. We got a whole bunch of giveaways for October, guys. Clueless. Let's see, Elvira. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff, guys. So make sure you're blowing up those comments. I will have the video done tomorrow. I had to go into work early this morning. You guys know how it goes. All right. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will be back at 7:10 a.m. to have a great time. Tomorrow is Paranormal Tuesday, guys. Oh, 420, guys, the 420 podcast. Tomorrow, we have a sit-down interview with the grandson of I always mess up Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's right, Annabelle. That's right, Amityville. All the A's, guys. They got everything. No, all the movies, the Conjuring movies, are all based on Ed and Lorraine Warren. I sit down with their grandson. We talk paranormal. We talk research. We talk stories about Ed and Lorraine. He tells me stories about his grandpa, teaching him to astral project. Oh, it's crazy, guys. So that's going to be at the 420 podcast tomorrow. It's a good one. And then in the morning, guys, we're going to be getting into the craziest paranormal stories of all time. We're talking poltergeist. We're talking skinwalkers. We're talking the nutty of the nut, guys. We're talking doors getting ripped off of hinges. We're talking alien abductions with a guy who gets stuff implanted. The doctors thinks he was raped. Yeah. Whole bunch of stuff, guys, we're getting into. Oh, man. It's going to be fun tomorrow, guys. Paranormal Tuesday only happens once a week. You got to make sure you tune in, guys. We might have a mystery surprise. You never know. It is Danktoberfest, guys, so make sure you tune it in. All right, guys, remember, inhale that positivity, exhale that negativity. Keep it live, guys, and we'll see you at 7:10 a.m. in the morning. Appreciate you guys. See ya.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com.
Check out our merchandise and amazing content.
And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
See you guys.